Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Jennifer, and this
is Gene.
And we're gonna do a part 2 of our question and answer video. There's gonna have to be 2 or 3 more videos because there's a lot of questions. But I wrote down some of the most popular ones that we didn't answer last time, and we will answer your questions and see what you guys want to know.
We have 2 pages worth.
So do you want to read the first one, or do you want me to read the first one?
Let's see, where are you? What?
You have to read. I know it's been a while since we made a video. Let's just start with that. It's been a long time since you've made a video, other than you walking around downtown. A lot of people have asked about to explain your walking around downtown video.
Just walking around downtown. There's nothing much to it. Yeah, she didn't kick me out or nothing. I mean, it's just walking around downtown.
Just something people do.
Yeah, it's partially what I like to do for my own pleasure. I enjoy walking around downtown. It's pretty down there.
It is very pretty downtown.
It's a lot of history around this place.
It's actually called the Historical District.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of history down there.
A lot of history, actually.
But hopefully soon you'll be making a video of your own. People have been asking.
I will. Yes, I will. For those of you who actually watch my channel, I will. Or who, yes, I will.
Or potentially will want to watch your channel.
Thank you. That's better well put.
Yes. And you are doing, just a small, tiny little update, you are doing very well.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
He's
just
doing
tired.
Very well.
Yep. I'm tired right now.
All right.
Let's get on with these questions,
Oh,
baby.
Look at me. Okay.
He's sharpening his claws for me.
He's getting ready for cat daddy. All right, so let's. I don't know if I posted the picture on Instagram or not. I know I posted it on Facebook, but
we were playing, so don't take it the wrong way.
Moo and him were playing, and Moo did a teeny tiny little scratch on his hand, so he had to get the Neosporin.
I'd open it up like a banana split and went like this. You can see veins. Well, muscle. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but muscle. But yeah, there was like part of it. You can see the muscle like throbbing where the vein was trying to come out and pop out of the split. Just saying. I didn't go to the ER. I was about to, but instead I got a Band-Aid though. I'll fix it. With some Neosporin. With some Neosporin.
As opposed to the ER.
I like Neosporin.
It's a triple antibiotic.
It's a triple antibiotic.
Not just a one, but a triple.
All right, we're gonna get on with these questions.
All right, let me read the first one. And there's some from Instagram, some questions from Instagram, and then there's some from YouTube. So I'll let you know. See, the YT is YouTube and the IG is Instagram.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Gene doesn't really know that too much because he's not a social media person. There has been several people that have sent us, both of us, friend requests for Facebook. Gene is rarely ever on Facebook. He only made a Facebook so we could play a couple games together. Other than that, he only has his family, and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't get on Facebook. I only do Facebook as far as getting on, literally posting something like once a year. Literally.
And he doesn't have Instagram or anything like that.
No.
So, that's that. Must have been a truck outside.
Yeah, I think it's a motorcycle.
Okay. So, the first question is a YouTube question, and it comes from ATWH, and they ask, where are you moving to? we really don't want to say where we're moving to right yet. I know that there's a lot of people who think that we're moving to Texas, but we're not.
Where are we? Texas, who knows? But there are 50 other states as well as, 100 other countries, so. Swindle, baby.
I mean, you never know where we're going to end up for
Right, exactly.
But for the short
Texas
term.
is not, it's not in the options.
No, not right now. Eventually, maybe someday, but
Maybe.
not right now.
It's too hot.
It's
Very hot.
Very hot.
I don't care for it.
No oceans. Well, I guess there is.
Family's there. That's pretty much the only thing that is attractive for me. Other than that, I'm done with Texas.
I'm done with West Virginia.
Yeah. So there you go. That leaves 48 other states.
In the District of Columbia.
And 99 other countries. Okay, so here we are.
All right, the next one.
YouTube Gypsy Wolf says, "What are your favorite and least favorite aspects?"
Oh, I forgot to finish writing this.
Wow, that really left it open.
Of keto. They asked favorite and least favorite of keto. My favorite aspects of keto would be that you can eat cheese and meat and eggs. Because we all know that I'm a huge cheese fan, and you can still eat cheese, stuff like that, and lose weight. I'm not a huge meat fan, but I do like a good cheeseburger, and that would be one of the drawbacks. I can still go to, if we get something like a fast food, I can still eat. Like Wendy's is famous for their Baconator. That's something that a lot of keto people eat, is the Baconators, but you can't eat the bun. So that's one of the drawbacks, because when you order it, I mean, I know you can always order it without the bun, but it's always a temptation of wanting to just order the bun because it comes with the bun and it tastes better with a bun.
Are you tempted?
Yeah.
With the bun?
Yeah.
Does the bun tempt?
The bun is tempting.
She gives me her buns though. So if we order that stuff, I get her buns. And then afterward I get her buns.
Oh, babe.
Alright.
Big. But seriously, my favorite aspects of keto is I haven't been in ketosis yet. I get this year, but last summer when I was in ketosis, when I lost 60 pounds, you are very seldom hungry, and you don't have that craving for a lot of food. It's very freeing. That's why I think it's good for. I'm not a professional, of course. I'm far from a professional, but for me, it's very freeing from an eating disorder when you don't crave food all the time, because I have a tendency to think about food, obsess on food, what I'm going to eat next, how much I'm going to eat. And when you're in ketosis, 95% of that goes away. So that's one of my favorite aspects of keto. And like I said, the least favorite is not getting to eat sweets. I know that there are keto sweets that you can eat, but it's just not the sweets that I want.
That's not easy accessible.
Yeah.
It's not as easy.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of things.
Not cheap.
Yeah, and you have to plan ahead sometimes, because a lot of times I don't have, and I know I should plan ahead so I have it on hand, but you need to plan ahead so you have your keto foods on hand, because you can't just grab.
What? They're all gone.
All my keto bars, yeah.
Yeah, those keto bars. I was going to show
delicious.
you guys the keto bars are really good. They're
I'll put a picture
kind
in.
of like Reese's peanut butter cups. It's
It's
chocolate
very
and
much like
peanut
it.
butter. It's really good.
There's
I approve.
4 net carbs. They're the Think Keto. Think has a line of just protein bars, but these are the Think Keto bars, and they only have one flavor because I already looked it up online, and it's the chocolate peanut butter pie. There's 4 net carbs. It is delicious. I'm usually not a fan of those kind of bars because they taste horrible, but these are delicious, and I'm very much addicted to them. So that's one of my go-tos when I'm craving sugar too.
All right.
All right, so the next one is an Instagram question.
You go.
All right, it's from Monique B114, and she asked, What are you most looking forward to for the rest of the year, and have you met each other's families? All right, let's start with what are you most looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Rest of the year, I'd have to say moving.
Me too.
Yeah.
And trying to stay on track of losing weight. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
To being healthier
pretty simple.
in general. And have we met each other's families? He has met my cousin a few times.
Yes.
After the beginning of the year, we had planned on having her over, but
She's very sweet, by the way.
She is
Very
very
nice girl.
but then the pandemic hit, and we're still not allowed to have visitors in our building. We haven't been able to have visitors since beginning of March, and we put off having her over. We kept wanting to have her come over, but she's been busy, and then we kept putting it off. I'm not saying that we couldn't have made time, but
The building's closed.
yeah, now the building's closed, so we could always sit outside, I guess, but who wants to sit outside and visit, you know?
No,
We wanted in private to sit. But anyhow,
She has not met any of my family because I've come up here for the first time and we have not gone back there.
but I have a pretty
To
good
visit.
relationship with his sister. We
Yes.
talk on the phone and FaceTime pretty
So
regularly.
spiritually, you guys have met.
Yes.
You guys get along in personality. You guys have prayed together. Yeah.
And his dad and I talk quite a bit,
Yeah, quite
off
often.
and on.
Yeah.
So we just haven't met face to face. So
Yeah, there's times that my dad will talk to her and not talk to me.
I'll say, has your dad texted you today? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh,
Dad will
he's been texting me all day.
text him. Yep. They get along. I like it.
Yeah.
My family and Jennifer.
All right. The next question.
Stephanie
Arabian
Arabian. This is at IG,
Instagram question.
Favorite TV shows and movies? Country to visit? Weird phobias? Like everything's just sweet and to the point.
That's how I made them because I was writing them.
Oh, okay.
So start with favorite TV shows and movies.
Favorite TV shows, since I'm talking, I'll say definitely Breaking Bad is one. No kidding, I've literally watched that. I'm around 10 times right now. I've literally watched that all the way through 10.
When he was still at home, he tried to get me to watch it with him. Like we would watch it on our computers and be on the phone together. And I was like, oh, I don't like that show. I don't want to watch it. And then when he got here, we started watching it, and I've become pretty much addicted to it. I love Breaking Bad. We've been talking about starting it over again.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And one of my favorite shows is Grey's Anatomy. And one that we're watching now, we're working through, is House.
Dr. House.
I've seen every episode of House, but it's been so long since I've seen them, I forget some of the stuff that's happened. So it's kind of like watching it for the first time again with him because he's never seen it.
He's a funny smartass. A lot of smartassery.
His dry sense of humor.
Very dry sense of
Yeah.
humor. We also like with the smart guys. Big Bang Theory.
Oh yes, Big Bang Theory. I love that show. Sheldon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some others that we've really clicked on.
Movies. We actually finished our very first movie the other day. Usually we start a movie and we never finish it, or we finish it in like 4 or 5 nights, or a week passes before we actually finish it. We actually finished our first movie in one sitting
Which
the other day.
was
Father of the Bride. Funny movie.
Yeah, we actually went all the way through.
And then we watched What About Bob?
What About Bob?
It
Good
took us
comedy.
a couple weeks. We kept watching it in spurts, but it was good. I like What About Bob.
What
It's
About
fun.
Bob's funny. Came out in 1991 with what's his name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray and Steve Martin. Steve Martin?
Steve Martin is in Father of the Bride.
Yeah, well, what's his name? Anyways.
I forget
yeah,
what his name is,
You're right. Yeah, Steve Martin's Father of the Bride. I'm a little tired. And then there's also, what do you call it? Harry Potter. We
Oh
enjoyed
yeah,
that.
we started the Harry Potter series. I think we got to the 4th one.
Yeah. We have a nice little array of
Movies.
tastes,
Genres.
movies. Yeah. Other favorite movies? I mean,
My 3 top favorite movies of all time is Dirty Dancing, Pretty Woman, and Breakfast Club. And I know you
Breakfast
love
Club
Breakfast
is
Club
another
too.
good one. Yes, it's a cult classic now. I love comedies. Can't get enough comedy. Probably because I deal with depression and I take life all serious, and so that's kind of my outlet to deal with that kind of thing. But another good one that I really love, I watch at least once a year. It is Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation Lampoons. Absolutely wonderful.
Hilarious,
It's
yeah.
hilarious. Love it.
I think we watched it like 3 times last year. Last
Probably
Christmas.
could have. I try not to watch it too much because then it'll just wear it out.
Yeah.
I already know everything anyways. So I try to keep it down to about once a year around Christmas time.
What about a favorite country to visit? If I could visit any country, mine would be Ireland.
Ireland, yes, because I'm part Irish.
Me too.
Other than that, Israel, a lot of history. Other than that, Costa Rica, beautiful, peaceful, friendly. What else? I mean, Europe, yeah, that'd be educational and interesting, pretty. China would be interesting.
China would be very interesting.
I'd like to go to a communist country and kind of see how they run things. Now, if you really want to go communist, more like dictatorship, just
Korea.
go to North Korea. That'd be interesting too. See what we're missing. Because I know there's so many people that are just here in our country that are just really yearning for communism, really socialism. But anyways, there's a lot of people here that should go visit other countries and see how it is. Anyways, all right.
And do we have any weird phobias?
Phobias. Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know. Do we?
I'm trying to think.
Wouldn't be weird to us, I guess. But
Yeah. Do you think? I don't know.
Phobia.
I have some weird like things that I do, but they wouldn't be a phobia.
What about if you like look at something? Like if you look at a needle, or if you look at
That's
something
not-
with holes in it. I don't know, just weird phobias. Is that the question? Weird phobias?
Oh, like, well, I don't know if this is a phobia, but I remember a few years back, the picture that was going around social media, it was of a woman's breast because they said she wore a bra without washing it, and it had all those little holes in it.
That's one thing I was referring to.
And
actually.
it was one of those things where you couldn't stop looking at it, but you didn't really want to look at
It
it.
hurts to look at.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, wonder if that would really happen, and it like freaked me out.
Yeah, Jennifer deals with like kind of a hypochondria kind of thing going on, and then it goes into panic attacks, and she
Yeah.
thinks that she's dying and stuff.
Like the other night,
Bless your heart, babe.
I do. That's where my panic attacks start. Is when I feel one thing wrong with my body, I'm like I blow it out of proportion. Like the other night, one of my biggest phobias is having a stroke, and I don't even know where that came from. But when I think like, what if I have a headache or any of the common stroke symptoms that could not be a stroke, that could just be a regular symptom of a headache, I start reciting my name, my telephone number, my address, my previous address, my social security number, my bank account information, because I've always often heard that when you have a stroke, you can't remember those things, and it like calms me down because if I remember those things, that means I'm
So then
okay.
it goes into OCD.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any weird phobias.
I don't.
I deal with social anxiety.
You like to change your socks a lot.
I'm very particular about how my shoes smell. So maybe it's an OCD thing really than a phobia, but
Yeah.
am I afraid? Yeah, I guess that would go into fear because OCD is fear-based. I cannot stand smelly feet or smelly shoes. And so if my shoes have a hint of smell, I'll go to the kitchen, get my trusty,
Baking
the
soda.
hell is it called? Baking soda. A little baking soda in it, fixes it. And then, yeah, I usually
Change your socks.
Change my socks
a couple times a day.
Twice a day if I can, yes. Phobias, I don't know. I guess I don't really have. I'm not scared of. I don't really like. If it's down to spiders and snakes, I choose snakes. I don't really like spiders. I don't like bugs.
I had a dream
I'm
about a
bug
snake
person.
the other night, actually.
Really?
I'd rather be around bugs than snakes. All right, our next question is a YouTube question. It's from OM, and it's more directed at me. And it's, do you watch My 600-Pound Life? And have you ever considered applying? Yes, I have in the past. I've watched it. I do not watch it regularly. I don't like to watch it because it depresses me, because it reminds me of my life and how out of control my life is and how I feel stuck and desperate and all those negative things. So that's why I don't like to watch it. But I have watched it, and there are some awesome success stories. Have I ever considered applying for it? No, I have not considered it. I have been emailed twice, actually, from the producers of the show asking me to apply for it, but I have not. There was a time when we did consider it. We talked about it, whether it would be a good idea to even apply, because it is in Texas, but we decided that no, it's not something that I want. Putting my life out there on YouTube is public enough. Sharing your struggles, and then it scares me too. So, all right, our next question comes from Bobby Joe ULSH.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Yeah, from YouTube.
What does Gene do during the day to stay busy? Well, I'm working. I don't really want to dispose what I'm. Should I?
No.
No?
We're not going to go into what he does, but he does work. He is gone a good portion of the day.
I mean, it's steady work now, whereas before it wasn't as steady, but I still was working. Now I'm on a steady work schedule.
Yeah, and he's away most of the day.
Yeah.
So
I'm away.
That's what he does to stay busy.
What do I do to stay busy? Work. Yep, work. Slave driving to make that dollar bill, y'all.
Yo. Okay, the next question is a YouTube question. It comes from Susie Sue Red, and it asks, who is eldest, you or Gene? Put your head down here for a second. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Can you actually see? Yeah, you can see the group. But she is.
Even
45,
though
40.
Even
44, 44, excuse me.
That's right,
Turning
44.
45 in October. So 44 and 40.
And even though you look quite
50.
a bit older, I have no gray.
Just gotta rub it in, you know?
Oh, yeah. Hello. All right, the next question comes from Mac Princess 2, and Mac Princess 2 asks, when you pick out pizza toppings, what do you pick, and what are Gene's favorites?
My favorite is, of course, pepperoni. I like really anything and everything, actually. I like it all. So I like everything on the pizza, or sometimes I just like it real simple, like a pepperoni, or a pepperoni, mushroom, onion. Also like green bell pepper is also really good on pizza. Also the Hawaiian pizzas, which is the pineapple. She doesn't like pineapple, and the Canadian bacon, really good. Also like chicken on my pizza, chicken and barbecue sauce, chicken and cheese, different kinds of cheeses, all kinds of cheese, any cheese. I like all kinds of pies. Now, the only pies I do not like, actually I'll just say that, is like the tacos. The taco pies, like the Mexican whatever, and the...
That's weird because you love Mexican food.
Yeah.
So, but you just don't like Mexican
mix.
pizza.
There's also a hamburger pizza, which is like with pickles, and like you just take a hamburger, like you know that you would make a sandwich, and just throw all the ingredients on the pizza. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like pickles on my pizza. That's just kinda,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I got a few weeks ago when I was off track. I had gotten, for some reason, out of the blue, I have never liked a bacon double cheeseburger pizza before. I've seen it on menus for years and never was tempted to try it because it just didn't sound appealing. And for whatever reason, it just sounded appealing that day. And it was the absolute best pizza I've ever eaten. We got it from a local pizza place called Di Felice. And they call it oven fried crust. And it's a thicker crust, and it's kind of like fried,
Yeah,
actually.
it's like fried bread.
And then they had the burger sauce, bacon, hamburger, ground beef, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, onion. It was like the best pizza ever. I don't know why it tasted so good at that moment, but I've never in my life been tempted to try a bacon double cheeseburger pizza, and for that moment it tasted delicious. But my favorite pizza in the entire world, I haven't had it in years, literally, because Domino's doesn't deliver here anymore. But it is from Domino's, and it is an extra cheese, no sauce, green olives, and pineapple pizza. I know that sounds really weird because there's no sauce.
Extra cheese, no sauce, green olives, and
Pineapple.
what? I thought you didn't like pineapple
Yeah,
on your pizza.
yeah. Not with sauce.
On this one.
Yes, but not. I
Without
don't want.
sauce.
I don't want pineapple with the sauce.
Interesting. Okay.
And chicken has absolutely no place on a pizza. Absolutely none. Do not bring me chicken on a pizza.
Bacon's good too on a pizza.
Yes, it's very good on
Yeah.
pizza. I like all the meat.
Anchovies
pizzas.
actually even. I like it. It's salty. It's good. I like it.
Ugh, no. Mm-mm. Well, I'm allergic to fish anyhow, so I wouldn't
Just
eat
put it
it.
on the side.
No.
Or just cook it on there. I don't care. All right, next is from where are we?
Ms. Crystal is a YouTube comment.
YouTube comment, Ms. Crystal. Name I pet peeve.
One. That's a number
pet
one.
peeve you have about each other.
And then the second part of our question is, name one thing you love most about each other.
Okay. Okay.
I'll do the pet peeve first, okay?
Pet peeve is going to be really difficult because there's a lot to
Nope.
choose from. I'm just joking.
I know, he said that earlier.
Yeah, I had to throw it out there. Yeah.
Throw it, babe. Throw it. All right,
Go.
I'll go with my pet peeve first. My pet peeve is we've made an agreement that we each picked one area of the house, the apartment, that we keep clean, and then the rest of the apartment we do together. So his is the bathroom and mine is the kitchen. I love to clean the kitchen. Maybe it comes with my eating disorder, my obsession with food. I don't know, but I love to clean the kitchen. I like to Lysol stuff down. That's another pet peeve when he does this to me all the time. No, but not really. So I clean the kitchen, and my biggest pet peeve that for him is he uses a million glasses. I have never seen one person use so many glasses in one day. He'll have his coffee. This is when he's not working on the weekend or whatever, or even in the evening. He'll have a water glass, a juice glass, a milk glass, a coffee cup, and then maybe if he forgets where he puts it, if he goes outside to smoke, he'll get another glass to put some juice in to take out with him because he has to drink some juice when he smokes. It's glasses. The sink is full of glasses, and I'm like, how does one human being use so many glasses? Wash it out and use it again. That's my pet peeve.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. It's just I lose some of them, and then the others.
You lose them? How do you lose them?
I really don't know how I end up.
It's a small apartment. How do you lose glasses in a small apartment?
I don't know what happens.
It's not like we're living in a 12-room mansion.
It just happens, peeps. Okay.
All right, now
so
your
that's a pet peeve. All right, so pet peeve. Well, eating in your bed. Crumbs.
Yeah, crumbs. He doesn't like crumbs.
Okay.
He doesn't like crumbs
We
in the
got
bed.
crumbs. About to call her Miss Crumb. My little Miss Crumb. Crumbs, yeah, I do not do crumbs in the bed.
Sometimes I'll take the crumb off and I'll let it fall in the bed just to see the expression on his face.
So yeah.
He's like, no, babe, don't do that. It's funny.
I think that's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's just one. She just asked for one. She
One.
didn't ask for a list. Let's just stop there.
All right,
It
go.
also annoys him though too when I can't sleep. And it's not a bad annoyance. It's just I would be annoyed too if I had to get up. Sometimes I can't sleep at night, and I have a tendency to watch videos and keep him awake at night. We have bought him earplugs, so it's better. But sometimes I'll like lean over and be like, babe, you should see what I'm looking at. You should see this video.
Yeah, she gets all excited.
Look at this. It's like 2 a.m. and he has
Like,
to get
hey,
up.
you're going to work, I don't need to be watching stuff.
I just get excited because he's my best friend and I want to share
All
it
right,
with
yeah,
them.
that's so sweet, though. It is. It's sweet, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, okay.
That's why I'm so
She asked
tired.
for. No, he's so tired because he stays up playing a game on his phone.
I'm still playing a game. I'm 4 years old. I'm a grown ass man.
We're addicted to. Let's just share that. We're addicted to this game right now, and it's called Ball
It's
Blast.
busting my balls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ball Blast.
It's called Ball Blast. And sometimes I'll even sneak onto his phone and delete the game so he has to start over so I can have a chance to catch up to him. But he always passes me up again. I'm not really good at it, but it is extremely fun and it is very calming when you're anxious.
Yes, of course. Where are we at?
One thing that you love most about each other.
Oh.
That's her second part of our question.
Well, I thought we already answered some of this, but, however,
Just one thing.
well, this is also difficult because there's an array of things.
Yes, there is. Mine, for him, is his ability to love unconditionally and not judge me for my shortcomings, my weight, my anything else. The ability to just love me as I am.
One thing that I love about Jennifer is, well, I mean, it's the same thing. Your heart's very deep. I love the way you love me. I love your love. But that seems so simple and cliche. So if there's another aspect, I like her bubbly personality. You're bubbly and you're social. I like how you're social, but not boisterous. I don't like boisterous women so much. You're bubbly and sweet in a confined way.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Now, is that what it said?
Yeah, one thing.
Favorite.
One thing you love most about each other.
Oh, most. Yeah, pretty much nails it.
Is a YouTube question and it comes from Hannah Poe. And Hannah asks, what is your favorite song and what is Jean's favorite song? So it's hard for me to pick an all-time favorite song because I grew up in the 80s and I like a lot of 80s music and 90s and 2000s and country, and I love all kind of genres of music. But currently my favorite song is a song that is, we have a lot of songs, but currently our favorite song is, well, my favorite song for us is Nobody But You by Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. One of our very first songs, our favorite songs together, and
You
my
Are
ringtone.
The Love of My Life was one. You Are the Love of My Life by who?
Sammy Kershaw.
Sam, yep.
My ringtone for him is My Best Friend by Tim McGraw, and that's one of my favorite. That would be one of my favorite songs too. It's just a favorite song of my own that I like. Anything by Bon Jovi is pretty much my favorite.
See how her voice tone changed there? Got a little crush going on?
John Bon Jovi's always been my crush, my celebrity crush from the 80s, from when I was in middle school. Always.
Always. Mine. I went through a big hippie stage through my teenage years. and that's when I really started listening to, I say hippie stage, I use that loosely, but like the Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, and the such, the Eagles, and then a lot of the 60s, Woodstock, and now I really don't enjoy that anymore. Now I enjoy, I still enjoy hip hop. A lot of it's kind of gotten crappy, but you know, I do like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Roxanne.
Of course, that's my generation. And
That's another one of our favorite songs is Roxanne.
Roxanne by
Arizona Zervis, I think.
something like that. It's a pretty nice little hip hop tune. And but then there's like,
Did you say Eminem? You like Eminem?
yeah, Over the Rainbow by Z. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
That Hawaiian dude.
The big guy.
That's so pretty. I cry every time.
It's beautiful.
But favorite, I mean, that's hard to nail down. I just don't really listen to music anymore. But I do. I would prefer to play the drums to music than listen to music. Music just, I don't know, it doesn't really move me anymore. It kind of gets on my nerves.
That's one thing we hope to do when we get moved into a place where we don't have neighbors that can hear that we would disturb them, is we want to get him a drum set so he can have his creative outlet back, because he is an amazing drummer.
Yeah, I have to have that. I need my drum set.
Like, amazing professional drummer. So that would be wrap up the music question.
I guess. I mean, it's not a satisfactory answer. However, I do like all genres, but there's something in every genre I do not like. So
Yeah.
I guess I don't really have a favorite song.
The next question is a YouTube question. It comes from Holly Anderson, and Holly asks, how long did you talk before you met in person, and were you afraid that you wouldn't like each other as much in real life? We talked for 4 years before we met. I think probably a lot of people know that. Maybe some of the newer people don't, but we talked for 4 years before we met. And were you afraid that you wouldn't like each other in person? I think there was always that kind of a little bit of nervousness, but we spent so much time on the phone together in 4 years, and it wasn't like an occasional conversation over 4 years. Or
It was damn near all the time.
It was, he would put me in his pocket when he would go somewhere, and he'd have earbuds, and it was, like he said, almost 24/7. We would sleep on the phone together, and it was just a constant thing.
And I know that there's going to be people out there
It's
say,
codependent.
4 years, why so long? Well, a big part of the reason was she was waiting for me to become sober. She did not want me coming up here drinking. So
And-
it's been a huge rule, and also me taking care of my parents. There was a
Yeah.
lot of different factors that kind of went into
The
it.
last 2 years.
Some of it was fear-based, some of it
Yeah.
was legitimate-based, some of it was also being there with my parents. There was a lot of little factors.
The last 2 years, he took care of his mom a lot when she became sick, because she was sick for a while.
And so did my sister.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, well, of course, yeah.
But, you know, and I felt bad. I didn't want it all to be on her shoulders either. So
Right.
that was just one of several factors of why it took 4
And-
years to say, F it, let's do this, let's see where life takes us.
And in all honesty, I was scared too. I was.
That's why I said fear.
Yeah, it was. I was very afraid. I was afraid that he wouldn't love me. I was afraid that he'd be disappointed. I was afraid of being close to someone because out of the fear of getting hurt. But I think I've come to realize that if you don't, you have to take those chances in life, because nobody's guaranteed of not getting hurt. Whether you meet someone at a bar in your town, or if you meet them, if you're high school sweethearts, or whatever the circumstances is with being with someone, there's always the fear of getting hurt. There's always a chance. I was like, what are you doing? There's always a chance of getting hurt. But if you don't take that chance, you can miss something very beautiful and very special. And that's what we found. And a lot of people don't understand our relationship and assume a lot of things about it, but I know with all my heart that he loves me and that he is devoted to me.
Indeed.
And I believe that. I think that just answers the question.
It's rough, reading some of the comments because that's wearing to the soul, It's like, damn, there's a lot of assumptions, and why? Because I'm skinny and she's big, and I came from a different state, an alcoholic on a Greyhound bus. I mean, shit, man. I guess you can come up with all kinds of fun assumptions out of all that, but it does get wearing to be in front of the camera to think, damn, there's a lot of people who actually assume the absolute worst with my character and my motives, and to actually still sit here in front of the camera. But I don't really talk to them so much as to the real, what I call, the people who I guess know better than to sit there and believe a bunch of imaginations in their head that's based off of really their own guilty conscience. Which people that actually
and our friends, like people here in our real life, they know how we are with each other, and they know that we love each other, and our family knows that we love each other, and we know that we love each other. That's the only important thing. Even if our family and friends didn't know, even if they didn't approve, we know that we love each other, and we know
that's all that counts.
Yeah, we don't have to prove anything to anybody else.
Exactly.
All right, there's one last question.
Hi, Kayla.
Kayla B.
And Kayla B says,
how are you today? How are your burns healing? Do you have Pinterest? And your favorite keto low carb recipes? All right, we'll start with the first one. How are you today?
Very cute.
Yeah.
How are you today?
How are you today? Nobody. Obviously, Kayla did. A lot of people don't think to ask that, how you're doing. Sometimes I don't even think to ask that, but I appreciate you asking, and that's going to make me more conscious to ask others, how are you today?
Yeah.
My day started out rough, but ended up better. How about you? How are you today?
It's a very common question. However, that's not a common question on YouTube. So, today was, it started out rough. The first half sucked, and then the last half was all right. I was kind of drugged through it a little bit.
And then Kayla asked, how are your burns healing? They're doing better. They're in an area where skin touches skin, and because of my weight, because of my belly, how my belly hangs down, the skin wants to. That's the reason why I've been in bed a lot with my pants off, is because the pressure of my stomach resting on the burns, it slows the healing process, and I have to let the air get to it and let it heal. But it is healing much better. It's doing a lot better. I'm using cream and all that kind of stuff.
You got all wet from
my tears.
Yeah.
Do I have Pinterest?
It's actually all done. There you go.
He does that all the time. That's another pet peeve. Well, kind of, but it's cute. Do I have Pinterest? I do have Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I will have to link my Pinterest name or account, or however you do that. I'll do that down here if you want to follow me there. Favorite keto low carb recipes? Actually, I made one last night that turned out really well. Gene had already eaten earlier in the evening, and he said he didn't want anything else. So I went ahead and made this, and then he was like, that smells good, let me have some. So he ended up sharing my dinner. I took zucchini and sliced zucchini into rounds. It was a big zucchini, so I sliced it into rounds. I put it on a cookie sheet with parchment paper, sprinkled some everything but the bagel seasoning, olive oil, and some Parmesan cheese, and put it in the oven. Baked it for about 10 minutes at 400, then put it in the broiler for 5 minutes, and then it kind of like crisped it up and made it really good. And then I topped it with some keto-friendly sloppy joes, and it was kind of like a little taco kind of bite thing. It was really good.
Shell, in a sense.
I'm sure that there is a recipe out there for it. It was just something that I winged off the top of my head.
It's creative. and tasty.
It was.
It worked.
My very favorite keto recipe, low carb recipe, is the keto cheesecake that I make. I actually made one a few weeks ago. A couple weeks, I forget how long it's been now. It's with a walnut crust instead of the crust that I used in the first video that I showed. I think we posted that. But this was a walnut. It had crushed walnuts for the crust, and it was very tasty. Maybe I'll make that next month or in the next couple of weeks and show you that. It was delicious. Those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head, my most recent favorite low carb keto recipes. So that wraps it up. We've been here for almost an hour now, and I'm going to try to edit this down as much as I can so it's not quite as long, but I thank you guys for all the questions. Please stay tuned for part 3, part 4. I don't know how many more parts, but there will be more parts because there's a lot more questions, and we will get to them soon, I promise. I hope you guys are all having a good week. Anything else you want to say before we leave? We're going to leave you for now, and we'll see you again soon. Remember, be the love, be the light, and do good things. Bye, everyone.